Hello, myself Satnam Singh. In this session, we will discuss Beer's Law. Before discussing Beer's Law, let us have understanding of Lambert's Law. Lambert's Law is for homogeneous absorbing medium and is applicable for the monochromatic radiations. It is for absorbing medium where I naught is the intensity of incident beam and IT is intensity of transmitted beam, B is the path length. It is applicable to monochromatic radiations. It states on passing through a homogeneous absorbing medium, the decrease in intensity of a beam of monochromatic radiation with the thickness of absorbing medium B is directly proportional to intensity of incident radiation, and it is given by the equation A is equal to log of I naught by IT is equal to KB, where A is termed as absorbance and K is absorption coefficient. What is intensity? It is energy falling on the unit area perpendicular to the beam per unit time. Let us have an example of Lambert's law. If one slab of absorbing material of thickness B reduces the intensity of beam of light to half, then IT by I naught is equal to 1 by 2. Two slabs of the same absorbing material will then reduce the intensity of the beam of light to 1/4. IT by I naught is equal to 1 by 4. And three slabs will reduce the intensity of beam to 1/8. When the absorbing substance is in solution, the relationship between intensities of incident and transmitted light is given by Beer's law, or simply called as Beer-Lambert's law. When monochromatic light of initial intensity I naught passes through solution in a transparent vessel, some of the light is absorbed so that intensity of transmitted light is less than I naught. There is some loss of light intensity from scattering by particles in solution and reflection at the interface. The relationship between transmitted light and incident radiation depends on the path length of the absorbing medium B and the concentration of the absorbing solution C. These factors are related in the Beer-Lambert's or Beer's law. Beer's law states that the rate of decrease of intensity of beam of monochromatic radiation with the thickness of solution should be homogeneous, is proportional to the intensity of incident radiation as well as concentration of the solution. We can consider a length of sample divided into infinitesimally thin layers of thickness dx, where I naught is intensity of incident beam and IT is intensity of transmitted beam, B is the path length. The decrease in intensity of a monochromatic beam passing through each layer is proportional to thickness dx, the concentration of absorbing species, that is C, and the intensity of incident radiation I. We can write minus di by dx is directly proportional to IC, where I is the intensity and C is the concentration of solution. The equation becomes minus di by dx is equal to alpha IC, where alpha is proportionality constant, or we can write di by I is equal to minus alpha c dx. Di by I is equal to minus alpha c dx upon integration within the limit I naught to it, when the path length is from 0 to b, we get natural log it by I naught is equal to minus alpha bc. Natural log it by I naught, which is equal to 2.303 log of it by I naught, is equal to minus alpha bc. Putting alpha by 2.303 is equal to epsilon log of it by I naught is equal to minus epsilon bc, or we can write log of I naught by it is equal to epsilon bc. This is termed as absorbance. Therefore, absorbance is log of I naught by it is equal to epsilon bc. This is Beer's law equation. Other terms used are transmittance, T given by a ratio of transmitted light to the intensity of incident radiation. Percentage T is T into 100. We can see A is equal to log of 1 by T is equal to minus log of T. We can write T is equal to 10 raised to power minus A is equal to 10 raised to power minus epsilon BC. Since percentage T is equal to T into 100, we can write T is equal to percentage T by 100. As absorbance is equal to negative log of T, we can put the value of T and the equation becomes A is equal to 2 minus log of percentage T. During derivation, we have seen log it by I naught is equal to minus epsilon bc. Beer's law can also be defined as the intensity of a beam of monochromatic radiation decreases exponentially with increase in the thickness B and the concentration C of the absorbing medium. This is Beer's law equation, where I naught is the intensity of incident beam, it is intensity of transmitted beam, B is the path length, C is the concentration of solution, epsilon is molar absorptivity. It is also called as molar absorption or molar extinction coefficient. This is another form of Beer's law. A is equal to ABC. A is small. A is called as absorptivity. Epsilon or A are characteristic of solute and depends upon nature of the solvent, temperature and wavelength implied. If C is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, then absorbance is equal to molar absorptivity. With 1 centimeter thick layer of solution having unit molar concentration, molar absorption coefficient becomes equal to absorbance. These are the equations of Beer's law. Absorbance is equal to epsilon Bc when concentration taken is in moles per liter. Absorbance is equal to ABC when concentration taken is in gram per liter. Upon increasing concentration, absorbance increases. Absorbance is equal to ABC when concentration is taken in gram per liter. B is taken in centimeter and units for A absorptivity are liter per gram per centimeter. For absorbance is equal to epsilon Bc when we take concentration in mole per liter. B is in centimeter. Epsilon units are liter per mole per centimeter or dm cube per mole per centimeter. Epsilon is equal to A absorptivity into molecular weight. Absorptivity and molar absorptivity are wavelength dependent. Absorbance is a dimensionless quantity as it is the ratio of intensities. We will see dependence of epsilon on wavelength. UV visible absorption spectrum is a band spectrum. Here absorbance or molar absorptivity is plotted against wavelength. Absorption peak is characterized as lambda max. Lambda max is the wavelength at which absorbance is maximum or lambda corresponding to maximum absorbance. Why we choose lambda max for analysis? We can consider two bands, band A and band B. If we see band A, there is minimal change in absorbance per unit change of wavelength. For band B, there is large change in absorbance per unit change of wavelength. If we plot absorbance versus concentration, band A will lead to straight line and band B will give rise to deviation. Hence, lambda max is used for analysis. Absorbances are additive in nature. In a solution containing n independently absorbing species, total absorbance at any wavelength is the sum of absorbances of the n individual components. Total absorbance is log of I naught by IT. We have discussed compounds absorb light radiation of a specific wavelength. Amount of light radiation absorbed by a sample is measured. Light absorption is directly related to the concentration of the compound in the sample. Transmittance is given by IT by I naught. Percentage transmittance is T into 100. Absorbance is equal to negative log of T is equal to epsilon Bc. Therefore, there is a relationship between absorbance and concentration. As concentration increases, light absorption increases linearly. This is the equation of straight line. If we plot absorbance versus concentration, it is a straight line passing through origin. Intercept is 0. We can find the slope which will be equal to epsilon B. Transmittance is equal to 10 raised to power minus absorbance. Hence, with the increase in concentration, light transmittance decreases exponentially. If we plot percentage T versus concentration, there is exponential decay. Log of T versus concentration, we get a straight line with a negative slope. According to Beer's law, a plot of absorbance versus concentration should be straight line of slope equal to epsilon B. In real systems, plot is not linear over the entire concentration range. There can be negative or positive deviations. Limitations or deviations of Beer's law. Beer's law is applicable to the monochromatic radiations. If the radiation are not monochromatic, deviation will arise. This law governs the absorption behavior of dilute solutions only. At higher concentration, the solute molecules are packed so closely that the charge distribution of the molecule becomes distorted by its neighbor, thereby changing the energy level pattern and its absorption properties. Although the molar absorptivity is independent of the concentration, it does depend on the refractive index of the solution, which in turn varies with the concentration of the solute. However, this effect is rarely significant at concentration less than 0.01 molar. That is, the law is applicable for dilute solutions. Equilibrium processes that cause the change in concentration of absorbing species result in deviations. For example, in a series of standard solutions of colored metal chelates prepared by serial dilution, with decrease in concentration, the percentage dissociation may increase and the actual concentration of the solute will be different from the calculated concentration, hence deviation. The law also fails if the absorbing species react with the solvent, that is, either association or dissociation takes place. For example, change in color of dichromate ions on dilution with water. If dilution is done at constant pH, the graph will be a straight line. However, if dilution is done without maintaining the constant pH, dichromate reacts with water to give chromate ions which are yellow in color, hence deviation. Solute must not undergo association, dissociation, polymerization, hydrolysis in the solvent. In case of methylene blue indicator, it exists as monomer, dimer or trimer at different concentrations. The lambda max for monomer is different from that for dimer, which in turn is different from that for trimer. When one is observing at a specific lambda max, and if one does not take into consideration the concentration of solutions, deviation will arise. Solutes that fluoresce may not appear to obey Beer's law because a portion of the fluoresced radiation will be emitted along the optical path of the transmitted radiation. Since the radiation detectors which are used in spectrophotometers are not wavelength selective, the fluoresced radiation will be detected and interpreted as transmitted radiation, hence resulting to deviation. Change of temperature also lead to deviation of Beer's law. In summary, we have discussed Beer's or Beer's-Lambert's law, derivation of Beer's law, dependence of epsilon on wavelength, absorptivity and molar absorptivity, absorbances are additive in nature, relationship between absorbance and concentration, limitations or deviations of Beer's law. Thanks for watching this video.